Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tinkering the Future of Work and Life. Today, I'm joined by my co-hosts.
Erika, hi.
And Bertrand, hello.
So for today, we have a special episode for you all. And today, we're going to discuss everything about focus and attention.
Welcome to the Tinkering the Future of Work and Life, produced by Blue Waves Boutique, providing you with a fresh and positive look at the future of work by sharing little tips and magic tricks for your daily dose of confidence. Today, I heard something.
Today, I saw something.
Today, I've tried something.
Together, we have learned.
Sorry, Bernardo, I didn't pay attention to what you say.
Oh. See, that's the main problem in today's world. Nobody pays attention.
It's true. It's quite of a drama, actually. Is it a disease? Is it a new trend? Is it how the society is growing? But focus and attention is a really, really important topic, and we see that every day. So obviously nobody pays attention. So
No, I got a notification on my phone, so sorry. I was focused on that. Nah, but today with all the distractions that you have on the phone and with yourself, people pay attention to less important things and more about on quick and easy informations everywhere.
yeah, it's actually really a challenge to focus nowadays. It's become really complicated to stay focused. You know what? I read recently in a study, the attention span went below 10 seconds. So the average attention span for people.
I think nowadays people are focused more on the things they receive on the phone, actually. But the main problem is people don't understand why the attention matters, why it's important, right? So maybe to do your daily things, maybe you should pay attention to not burn the coffee or something like that.
Or not to deliver the right email to the wrong person. Yeah, attention is everything nowadays.
But don't you think maybe it's also all because people are not ready to wait for something? It's just because they are so impatient that if they have to wait for something, they immediately try to do something else. Because for them, things are too slow. They don't want to wait. They want everything at the same time, and they want everything to be immediate. Don't you think?
I think people right now, they want to get stuff done as soon as possible, like you said. Time is wasteful, so I want it done now the way I want it. And if it's not like that, that complains.
But that doesn't make any sense because when you work, when it's you who is doing it, you want people to wait for you to finish, to do the things right. So it's not fair for you to ask somebody else something that you don't give as well.
Yes, completely agree.
It's not fair and it's not respectful on top of that. But just to share a little anecdote that I see often when we talk about focus and attention, particularly in video conferences, it's very easy to see people when they have the camera on and to see where they are looking at. Because maybe they think that you don't see if they are looking at the camera, if they are focused on what they do. And you see people having face expressions, having the eyes staring at a specific place of the screen, and you perfectly know it's not the camera.
Mm-hmm. Instead of paying attention on what really matters, they pay attention to another email or a PowerPoint or sometimes, unfortunately, Candy Crush in some meetings. And when you ask them a relevant question about what you said, oh, so sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
If they say sorry.
If they say sorry, yeah.
And when they say sorry, because being inattentive, it's normal. Did you go recently to a restaurant
Yes.
for dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Usually 2-3 people are having a lunch together or dinner together. But what do they do?
Look at the phone.
Yep.
Yeah, staring at the phone. So meaning it's not even a matter anymore if the person is important or not. Because we could assume a couple celebrating something in one evening, going to the restaurant for that. It's something important. Still, they spend their evening looking at the phone, answering to whatever they answer, or scrolling to whatever social media. And non-attention seems to be the new normal.
Yeah. If you go to a restaurant, you will see that most people who are speaking are the impatient ones. Either they're complaining that the food is late or the ingredients were not the one they asked. Apart from that, everyone is on the phone. Either on social media, responding to emails, even texting between themselves.
I don't agree. When I go to a restaurant, I'm not always complaining about the food. I'm normally talking to the person who's in front of me.
But that's you, yes.
But it's that also, it's an education that you have, that
Hmm.
you are used, yes, to look at your phone, to see all the notifications, but you have to realize that maybe you should take care of the person who's in front of you or on your side, wherever, and not always on the phone.
Hmm.
Calls about priorities, calls about a lot of things,
Hmm. Yes, I completely agree.
It's a little bit a chicken and egg story, finally, because what creates this kind of disrespect? Is it disrespect that created people doing something else? Or is it people starting to do something else instead of paying attention to the person in front of you that created disrespect? Where does it come from? Because if you look a couple of years ago, not even that far, but 10, 15 years ago, this kind of behavior didn't exist or existed, but it was quite rare. Now it seems to be the new normal.
Exists for a long time, like not the phone, yes, but maybe the televisions. It all started with the televisions, with the screens and everything, of course. But nowadays, it's so used. People do content to social media, to stuff, that it's always looking for something new, for, I don't know, for likes, for comments, like you already said. So nowadays is more normalized, the digital, than the real person.
And if you see the content people nowadays are creating on social media, they are getting shorter and shorter by the time. Like you said previously, the attention span is now 10 seconds. Before, social media content would be like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and now it's like 6 seconds is already too much. People just want to scroll fast. Okay, ha ha ha, bye, ciao.
Okay, I want to put something on the table, because if your attention span is so low, it means that you don't have any interest in one single topic more than 10 seconds or 15 seconds, or you cannot focus on a topic more than that. You consume a piece of content, or you have a discussion, or you send a message on social media. Does it mean that people have lost interest in anything, lost passion? Or does it mean that maybe the society is getting stupid just because they don't find any interest to learn something new? They don't find any interest to having a deep conversation with people? Maybe because they cannot?
If I may, sorry. I don't think that the society is becoming stupid. I think it's normalized that you are not talking to people. Like, imagine, in your life, you have the classes, you have the university, you have always to choose a path for you. So in that time, more or less, you pay attention. You are focused on something because you have something to achieve. Nowadays in the society, it's normalized that you spend your life in front of the screens, in front of the office or the PC or something, to get the things done. So it's normal when you get home, instead of paying attention maybe to the person, is there, you pay attention to the phone to see something of work, something of entertainment. I don't think it's about being stupid or not. It's so normalized in the society now that it's difficult for them to shut down.
Yeah. So I agree with you. So it used to be like an escape route, meaning that they study their whole life, they work the entire day, and when they're finally done, okay, let me go on the phone, let me watch this a short video, let me play games. So it used to be an escape, so people can relax. But now, like Erika said, it's been normalized that everything they do is on the phone, so much that they disregard the tasks or even the people beside them.
It's scary what you said, because immediately what comes to my mind makes me think like from my past story maybe, but having people around who tells you, oh, sorry, I do drugs, but it's just recreational. Just to drug or drink alcohol when I get out. And they end up getting out every day. And finally, what are you, my friend? You are a drug addict and not an alcoholic. And this kind of story, in a way, looks the same. So you start spending time on social media or relieving your attention as some kind of recreation, and finally you end up doing that all the time.
I didn't mean to say that it's normal and that it's not something that you should stop, because actually in my personal life, I tend to spend the less time on the phone if I can, to pay attention to the people around me, even persons, animals, or whatever. It's not supposed to be normal, but unfortunately it is.
Yeah, I can admit sometimes I pay more attention to my phone than other people around me. But I can admit that, and I know I'm at fault, and I'm try to work on it. But sometimes, yeah, I have more interesting things on my phone and on the internet than sometimes I want to deal with problematic issues. For example, I'm waiting in line at the store and it's taking too long. Instead of just staying there and talking to other people, I go to my phone. I don't want to deal with that.
It's a way to escape reality.
Yeah.
Normally I use books, but okay.
You use book, I play music. Okay, we're a little bit old-fashioned and not maybe made for the actual word. But we talk about focus and attention. Let's refocus maybe the conversation. And we talked about focus and attention. And finally, they are related, but obviously they're not the same, right?
No, they are not.
So what would be different?
Well, in my opinion, and I'm no expert. Sorry for everyone who's hearing. I am not an expert on this.
But today we are.
But for me, when you focus on something, you let go of everything that surrounds you, and all that exists is what you are doing. So you have that flow of time that like time stops. Nothing else matters, nothing else exists except what you are doing. While attention, you have everything that surrounds you. Anything can distract you or redirect you. But you have to do I think attention for me is more like you have to do it. When you focus, you don't have to focus, but it's more independent of what you want to do. But in attention, you have to do it. But that's my opinion, of course.
Okay, well, you have several types of attentions. The attention is more for not small, but activities. Even like washing the dishes. You need attention for that, for not breaking the dishes, everything. Of course, you need attention for way higher things, more important, of course. And the focus is when you know that you have a goal, you need to do that to achieve. Yes, more or less the time stops, but it's something that you really have to do it. So your brain, you have attention, of course, but you focus on that task for you to finish it.
Okay, so if I understood correctly, you're saying that attention is more immediate, while focusing is for longer terms, longer results.
Yeah, more or less, yes.
Okay.
Because you need attention for everything nowadays.
Yes.
Nowadays and the day before,
yes.
of course.
Since the dawn of time.
Yes.
And tomorrow maybe, we don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
But well, if we say that focus is related to goal, if attention is something you need, actually, it's obvious that the world lost this capability to pay attention or to focus. And we cannot say, okay, even if I say that the world is maybe getting stupid, maybe not, as you said, we cannot say that it was on purpose that people lost their attention capability to focus. Maybe there are trigger reason for that. So what made that? We talk so much nowadays about focus issues, focus challenges or attention challenges, things like ADHD, which is everywhere, literally. And we didn't talk about all this a couple of decades ago. And obviously, if it happened, it was not that dramatic. It didn't have the consequences it has today. So do you think there's a reason that created this increase of focus issues and attention issues?
I think that the availability of content and quick information before was not that much, of course. If you wanted to learn something, you had to go to the library, read a book. You would have to have a deep conversation with someone. And now you just go to a computer, a phone, or a tablet, whatever, write what you want, and thousands, if not millions of results of what you want is right there. And in shorter content, because that's what people want. They want to be fast and done. That's what I want. And there's a lot of triggers. If you go to the street, you have a poster here, music everywhere, you have lights there. So people get so distracted so easily that nowadays, if you want to focus or pay attention to something, it gets harder every time.
If you look, it's not a long time ago, before the era of the smartphones and digital devices, which beeps and annoy you, the only thing which was reminding you about something was a phone ringing or maybe your alarm clock in the morning. For all the rest, you had to do something on purpose. Now you're really exposed to dozens, hundreds, thousands of notifications a day, and a lot of other things that reduce maybe your attention span. Maybe that.
Yes, but that's normal with the evolution of times. It's normal, the evolution of technology. Everything is normal. But what people can do is step back as well. People don't need to have always to look up the phone and everything, So it doesn't mean that because of everyone is doing it, you have to do it as well. You will not be left out because of that. For sure, you'll find some people that are equal to you. Or even if not, you will find a midterm.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I like what you said, that the people have the fear of missing out. I think that's one of the big issues nowadays. They don't want to miss out on trends or topics or even, what's the word? Memes nowadays. That everyone that has a conversation on the internet, if you don't know what they are talking about, you're missing out.
But why? It doesn't make sense, because anyway, you will not have a conversation, because when you should have a conversation about the new trend, about the new things that happen, finally you will be busy finding the next one. So you will never have this kind of conversation. No need to have a fear of missing out. Nonsense, because you will never talk about it.
Exactly. And like you said, Erika, you will always find someone that has the same interests as you. Or if you don't, there's always a middle term. You don't have to do what the other people are doing. And I completely agree with that.
And you don't need to, but there's a big difference nowadays. I don't know if you figured it out, but it's my feeling, at least. A lot of people need to have a point of view on everything. Whatever the topics, they need to have a point of view. They want to be part of the conversation. And even if finally it's not their passion, it's not their hobby, it's not their job, it's not something that touches them, they need to have this kind of conversation and to consume media. Media addict exists for a long time. Information addict people exist for a long time. But nowadays, it seems to be everyone who wants to talk about everything and have a conversation, a point of view about everything, even the stuff that will never have something to do with them.
I think I know what you're saying, and I completely agree, but I don't think it's point of view. I think it's their opinion. Because for you to have a point of view, you should know what you're talking about. Even if it doesn't affect you directly, you can perceive it in another way. But nowadays, everyone has an opinion on everything.
I think it's not just nowadays. I think nowadays it's more visible because people talk more about that, because people want to be seen.
It's not even heard, yes, it's seen. For likes,
Yes.
comments.
Yeah, heard and seen, but you have things, for example, for our book reader. I think this one is for you. You have a lot of apps by now who tell you that you will digest the content of 40 books in 1 week, giving you only the resume and a few key elements. And even the advertising is that you will be able to be the smartest kid in the room and the smartest person in your surroundings if you use this app, because this app will deliver you 40 books a week. What do you think about that? Disaster?
Yes, pretty much, yeah. But I think in a different way. So I don't think you should be the smartest kid in class. I don't think you should have to prove your worth to someone else. But it's just my opinion. I don't like to live with my face on the phone, so...
And besides, why would you want to read 30 books in 1 week? To be the smartest? That's not being smart. That's being lazy.
Of course it is.
If you want to be smart, you work for it. You study, you focus, and you pay attention to your surroundings. If you read 30 books in 1 week just to be smarter, I think that's a bit of a narcissistic behavior, in my opinion. You don't have to be the smartest. You want to be the smartest.
Sure. But that's exactly what you say in your words. If you want to really be smart, you need to focus. If you want to appear smart, if you want to appear interesting, then you start to consume pieces, fragment, little parts of everything so that you have a word to say on anything. But finally, no deep conversation, no real knowledge, and no learning. But it's a trend.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, it's a trend when you see conversation being in personal, professional life. Let's take professional life. If you had in your company an expert of marketing, you were listening to the expert of marketing when he was talking about marketing. Now everybody wants to have a voice. Everybody knows about marketing. You have an expert of technology. Everybody seems to want to talk about AI. And I have a funny story to share. I had it with a client last time. This client was trying to explain me, so someone from the marketing, project management, what is AI and why AI is important for the company. That's nice. Interesting. Just as this person forgot that I got a PhD in AI because no attention, no focus, but wanting to talk about everything. And it's a bit of a disease by now, eh?
Yeah.
My mom always said that being patient is a high quality.
Oh, for sure. And right now, and nowadays, it's not even high. It's rare.
It's luxury.
Yes.
So patience seems to be something that people are not able to afford anymore.
I'm not the best person to have patience, but I think you should work on it.
Even if you don't have patience, in the most crucial moment when you need it, you have it. Or you have to have it.
It's your. I only can be agree with Bernardo because by now you are learning music. If you do exercise, you do not succeed, you try again, right?
Yes.
So in a way, you have a lot of patience. You don't throw the keyboard away and close the iPad and say, okay, I stop music, I will learn cooking.
No. I could, but no.
First, music. Then, perhaps sewing, cooking, flying.
Yes, I have all the time in the world since I don't have the phone in my face.
And you have patience. Because you don't want to appear that you know. You really want to know how to do it.
Yes, but it's the difference about living and living through people.
Yep.
Finally, everything is related a little bit because when you have patience, you are ready to learn and it's easier for you to get focused also because you have a real goal, you have a real will. But people who don't have patience, why? Because they want to be smart, they want to be champions, they want to be best in class in 5 seconds. No, sorry, you will not. You are learning piano, you perfectly know that tomorrow you will not be Peter Benz. You are starting to do sports and running, you will not be Usain Bolt by tomorrow. What do most people do? They skip. Finally, swipe, scroll. It's a scrolling type behavior. Ooh, don't like it. Oh, it's difficult. I need an effort. Okay, next.
No. But you did. But I tried. So here's my certificate. No.
People forgot that everything that you need to do takes time. Everything that you want to learn takes time. They just want things now.
Maybe we had a little bit of the discussion at the beginning when we selected the topic of the podcast with Bernardo. Cowards. Maybe they don't dare to fail. Because if you skip, if you don't stay focused, if you don't stay there, you will never fail. You never try. You never did dive. If you don't pay attention, mistake is not important. If you don't focus, failing doesn't exist because you don't stay there. Because finally, maybe it's some kind of compensating the fear of engagement in something. Engagement in the conversation with someone else. Engagement with something you want to learn. It's very easy. Just swipe it.
It could be that deep, but I don't think it is. Sorry. I don't think people are cowards because they have fear about failing. It's only my opinion. I just think people want to be seen. Just that. Because nowadays, if you are not seen, if you don't have the social media, everything, you don't exist.
Yeah, you're no one.
I disagree.
Okay.
You don't exist for others, but you exist for yourself.
That's for sure.
Yes, of course.
No, but it's what they think. It's not because you don't exist as a person. It's because the other people think that you don't exist because you don't have social media. For example, I have a friend that he doesn't have. And I ask him, why? Because it's strange. Nowadays, you don't have Instagram or everything. And he said, because my life is not to be shared in the internet. It's mine.
Sure.
But it's very rare nowadays.
But if you go to the street and you say, I don't have social media, why? Who are you? Oh, you're no one. Like, no, it's private. It's my life. If I want to share my life, I will do it with the people that I want and the way I want. I don't need to share the picture of what I ate or what I did, where I slept or whatever with thousands, if not millions of people around the world. They don't know me. I don't know their lives. They don't know mine.
Finally, so we have two clear kind of people, because if you don't have social media, for example, because you're not interested in sharing your life, you as well not interested in lives from people you don't know. So finally, you don't have it. You don't need all these notifications because for you, they're not interesting. And is your friend focused, Erica? Is it a focused person
Yes.
and attentive?
Yes.
So maybe we have something. Finally, people who maybe are less focused, attentive, is because they pay much more attention to the outside than to themselves and who they are. And finally, they end up developing this kind of addiction. So where the outside is more important than what they do or the people nearby.
They also pay too much attention on the outside view of themselves or on how other people view them. I think that's a really bad thing to do. You should view yourself as a person you are. Don't pay too much attention on how others see you.
Yeah, but with that comes a lot of things.
Yes.
Comes the self-esteem, comes the confidence, it comes a lot of things. Why do you think people want to be seen?
To elevate their self-esteem.
Exactly. Because likes, because comments and everything make you be an important person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree.
Yeah, me
But-
neither.
So finally, because we are coming to the end of this episode, we can be super happy because maybe we stayed focused on the topic, but we didn't solve any kind of challenges. And finally, we are not on the way to do so. But maybe we have tips to share for the very few people who want to pay a little bit more attention to themselves rather than the outside. We are ready to do that. For the people who think that your life doesn't depend on a like or a hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe for these people who really would like to have a more focused life or pay more attention, do we have something to share with them? Maybe that they could try, that they could experiment tomorrow to, despite distracting, focus, toxic word, something they could do to improve their daily life?
I think since we've spoken so much about computers and notifications, I think that if it's a good start, if you prioritize the notifications that you pay attention to. If it's a message on TikTok or Instagram, that's not important. It can wait. But if it's a message from a coworker in the professional life, a message of a coworker saying this happened or I need this or I need your help, that is important. TikTok, social media, whatever, that's not a priority. So prioritize your notifications and your distractions. I think that's a good start to make yourself pay more attention and focus.
If I may, sorry, Bernardo, I don't think we are in any position to the right to say people what is important or not for them, you know. Sorry to tell you, even in professional or personal life, the person knows what is important for them, even if it's not important for you. For me, it's not for sure, but maybe just change the notification, put it small, put it less notifications with the time. Maybe there you can then realize maybe it's more important the people than just showing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Maybe just mute it. You still receive it.
Exactly.
But the tip is finally what you both said, is figure out what is important for you, keep that, and put the rest on the side. Bring notification, bring activities, bring organization. So figure out what is important for yourself, what do you want to do, and mute the rest. Because important is different from emergency, and very few of us work in an emergency hospital or are firemen. Most of the stuff we do can wait. Deciding to organize our space, notification, and time is maybe the key. Make a plan and try to experiment little thing by little thing, maybe. One more tip? We talk about procrastination, I think.
Yes, that. And that's a very common thing nowadays as well. It always existed, but now even more. Procrastination. When you are doing something and you start doing something else. Everyone does that. Even I do that. But I think a good start would be focus on what you are doing. Then when you complete it, then you can procrastinate all you want. Don't start painting the wall and then go fix the sink and go organize the closet. Stick to paint the wall. When you're done, go fix the sink. After that, go organize the closet. Don't do 3 tasks at the same time. If you start a task, at least try to complete the task before starting another one.
So stop starting, start finishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it happens to me a lot. Normally, I'm trying to respond a message or something, and I forgot to do something else. But I'm trying to change that as well. So,
And then when you remember, you start doing it, and then you get distracted by something else.
yes.
But that happens to everyone. Because there's, like we said, there's too many triggers and distractions everywhere.
So maybe we can start focusing something that we really need to do, like you said. Painting the wall, maybe.
Yes. Or facing the sink.
One thing at a time, yeah.
Yes.
So maybe having a list of things that you want to not do, but complete by the end of the day could be a trick.
Prioritized.
Focus and attention, if you want to keep just one thing maybe, is organization. Find a way to organize yourself, what is important, prioritize, complete tasks, experiment step by step. And maybe, if you really want to be more focused and attentive, up to you to be or not,
Yes.
you will manage to do it. Still with us? We hope you enjoyed the episode and learned something valuable. We would love to hear from you and continue the discussion on Instagram at Blue Waves Boutique. You will find the link in the description. It was Tinkering the Future of Work and Life with Erica, Bernardo, and Bertrand.
See you next week for new amazing stories.